Sunday, 10 o'clock Central. And last year, I used to do live readings every Sunday, and I loved it. And now that things are developing so quickly in my world, I want to come back live on Sundays to catch you guys who are working people during the week and can't get in your readings. So today we are doing fairy readings. I'm tickled pink to have two new fairy decks that I want to use. I want to be able to share the playfulness of manifesting this morning. All right, so let me just shuffle up our decks. Thank you so much for joining me today when we're going to open up my brand new fairy deck. I have a tarot deck and also an oracle. And to celebrate the fairies today, you guys get a bonus because I'm going to draw two cards to answer questions just to celebrate my new decks. So if y'all are ready, got one deck here, the Fairy Mystic Fairy Tarot. And then let me just mix up my Fairy Oracle deck and we'll be ready to rock and roll. Can you hear me? Hey, Cain, Mindful Mind. Oh, I'm glad you guys can hear me. The other day my sound wasn't on and so I kind of got freaked out. But thank you for letting me know. Now, you guys who join me, you know that there's only one requirement here at Fish Out of Water and Friends. And that requirement, hey, Linnea, aw, I'm here for you. Linnea, do you know that this is Catherine from Baja? Okay, let me grab this Oracle deck. I already love it. Okay. So anyway, I got interrupted because I think there's some friends that are finding me from around the world, and that's really tickles me pink. So I will explain what I have going on here. But the first thing I want to tell you is if at any time you want to get a hold of me, hey, Linnea, it is you. Oh my gosh. I'm so glad to see your cute face. Anyway, if you would like a personal reading, please do email me because I give away personal. You're exactly right, Cain. I give away personal readings right here on my channel, and Cain actually received one. Cain, did you like? Oh, I love that you follow me, Linnea. I feel like I'm in a different world here in Tennessee, trust me. But Cain had one of the personal readings. So Cain, if you want to just say, did you get a result, even though it was in front of the world? Did you enjoy your personal reading? Okay, and all y'all who've joined me today so far, but here, whoopsie, sorry. Okay, right here, this is your ticket for your free reading today. You can ask me anything you want. You can ask me a question and I will answer the question, one card from each deck. It's a bonus today, 2-card reading. But you have to put something you appreciate into the stream. Because even if you get robbed, or even if your partner cheats on you, or even if somebody is so mean that they're just a terrible person in your life, you can always appreciate something. So into the stream, just put, I appreciate. Let me give you some examples. I appreciate oxygen because it keeps me alive. I appreciate my bed because I'd rather not sleep on the floor. Got it? Anything that you appreciate, then that opens the door for your question. So thank you, Cain. You're such a, Cain is a new person in my life. And just the fact that you come back here to spend your time, it means the world to me. I wish I could hug people. That's one of the reasons I go live, so you can see my living fingers, because I would absolutely love to be able to comfort you with these tiny readings. All right. So, Cain, I appreciate that. Yeah, Linnea, I just really appreciate that you appreciate your view and your animals. Believe me, there's been times in my life it was hard to appreciate any humans. You know what I mean? But my animals have always blessed me. So, Cain, you're first, my friend. Do you have a question for me? Or would you just like to see what the fairies have to say? That's just, what I call an energy snapshot or an energy selfie that shows you what the fairies are feeling for you today. Mindful mind, I love it. Thank you. Ah, I feel the love. I feel the love. Okay, I just feel like I need to grab a piece of paper so I can write down your names and not forget anyone. So let me just come over here. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. It'd be nice if I was more organized before I went on. Y'all are so patient. Thank you. So my friend Linnea lives in Baja, and I lived in Mexico for 4 years, and it was very, very fun to do street readings. I loved it. For 100 pesos, which is worth $5, you could get a reading, and it was so fun there. I miss it, but Tennessee is a good home for me here. There's no doubt about it. All right, so Cain, do you have a question? If so, when my question? Okay. So you always get the choice to ask a question or just get a general reading, okay? So let's see here. Now my pencil's missing. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is like the first day I ever did readings, for Pete's sake. Okay, now I'm ready. Alrighty, so we have Cain, Linnea, and Mindful Mind. I'm so glad I'm here on Sunday, you guys. I used to love Sunday readings. Okay. Thank you guys so much. Okay, allow the fairies. Wonderful. All right, so I've already pre-shuffled. I'm just going to draw the cards just from cutting. Okay, Cain, this is your first card. Temptation. Ooh, temptation's kind of nice sometimes, isn't it? Especially if it's healthy temptations. What could be the fairy's message? Are you in denial about an unhealthy habit? Perhaps one that makes you feel guilty. This fairy says you have the power to overcome temptation, whatever its guise. So I forgot to draw a general reading for a collective reading before I started because I was so excited to see y'all. But I believe, Cain, that this is you're kind of a standard bearer, like holding up something that can lead other people and guide other people. I really feel that about you. I feel that, now that I've read your energy a few times, it definitely feels like a part of you is wanting to hide. See the mask? A part of you wants to hide, and the temptation to be more public, to be more social, is not an evil temptation. And ever since your first reading, I imagine that you're seeing things change around you. And you may even notice that people are being a little bit more friendly, which is cool because when you start moving the energy around, like with the energy of just life's disappointments and, the things that are downturns or setbacks, everybody has them. Okay. And so over this last month or two, you have been sensing, I believe, that there's something in you that wants to come out and you kind of want to do it, but part of you is kind of holding back. Okay. So let's see here. From the Fairy Tarot, I love this deck. I gave my first reading last night. I did a recording for someone, and oh my goodness, it's so accurate. Okay, and all right, Cain, the fairies have your bleep. The fact is that the fairies are calling you clearly to be more social. All right, and it is tempting, isn't it? I mean, part of you wants it, but the other part doesn't. So what will be helpful for you is to truly use the resources that are in the description box. I do hope that you've done that. The first thing to take a look at is your love profile. Did you take that quiz? That's going to give you some real deep insights into what's going on. But you do have a heart to be more social, and yet a part of you is intimidated. That's very natural. And Cain, I'm just going to tell you a little bit here, and for everyone else, I feel there's more than one person listening that can resonate. If that's true for you, hit the thumbs up. Hitting the thumbs up closes a loop of energy that locks in what you're hearing in this reading. If it doesn't resonate with you, then don't. But if it does, go ahead and lock this energy in. Notice that these are mermaids. Notice that they're out of the water. Notice that you found fish out of water tarot. Oh, sorry, fish out of water and friends. The reason that I'm saying it that way is because I have people helping me create my content. You guys, my viewers, if you write me a letter, or an email rather, if you write me an email with your question in it, I may choose you to receive a personal reading. And I'll explain more about that as we go along, because I also use the decks and I do 3 pile readings. Those give a few more interesting details. But the truth is that my friends, you guys are my friends, you're bringing me topics for my videos that other people like. And that's why I changed the name of my channel, just for you. Anyway, I'm rambling, I can hear it. Point is, for Cain, you are being tempted, but it's good temptation. You need to realize, of course, you're always going to feel like a bit of a fish out of water, especially if you choose to be gratitude-based. And if you choose to create a life where you're always trying to find something you appreciate, that's so rare in this world. You are going to meet the right people who think just like you do. So don't be intimidated. Get out there. Okay, next we have Linnea. Linnea, my friend. I was so glad to see you because I miss Baja. Two years I'm gone already, almost in September. So Linnea has been through a lot, and I am aware because we got to meet one another in person, and that's such a delight for me. And Linnea, I'm pulling out something very special to use as my wand for this part of the reading. This is an old nautilus shell. Isn't that gorgeous? I purchased it in San Diego at a crystal fair. And it just the age of this. And what I want to point out to the collective and to you, Linnea, is that a lot of what we go through in our lifetimes that's so painful is connected to the lives of our grandfather's grandfather's grandfather. There's a strange reality in how genetics works and how people's families are connected over generations. I can't explain it because I'm not a historian. But when this shell began its life, it was whole. And over time, it eroded and eroded and eroded to this state. I can't even make my mind think of how much time went by. And so what I can promise you, Linnea and everybody else that's listening, is that the life experiences of your grandfather's 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 grandfather is part of your suffering. I can't explain why. Luckily, it's not my job because all I get to do is create these stories with the cards so that you guys can find some peace of mind with the ridiculous storylines that we all have going in our lives. Okay? So, Linnea, you are next. Put my wand down. All right, so let's draw. Oh, I have to watch my candles. I burn my fingers. Okay, Linnea. Here is your oracle. Well, isn't that the truth? You have been on a journey of a lifetime, haven't you? Oh my goodness. Gorgeous card. It's time to prepare for a journey. It may be impromptu or planned. Either way, make sure you're ready when the time comes. Pack your passport now. Well, I will tell you that I feel that itch in your heart to get the hell out of Dodge, you know? I mean, it's just being able to finally put an end to certain circumstances. And your journey may not actually be as much of a physical journey as it is the journey of some of the things that you've been dealing with over the last bit of time. So let's draw our tarot. Okay. And we have the King of Swords. This is such an interesting deck, and especially for anybody, Linnea, of course, but people who have had a lot of painful experiences, because in this deck, the Swords suit is a thorny bush. Okay, so when you start the journey with the Ace of Swords, they picture the vine with those thorns, those deep red, painful thorns are wound around the characters as we go from the Ace of Swords to the King. And they're painful because some of them, and I can feel for you, Linnea, because like if you went to walk in the woods and you walked through a bramble bush, we have bramble bushes here that you cannot walk through. You can't. And if the dog gets close to it, it snags the dogs and they cry. And it's as good as any barbed wire fence there ever was. You cannot walk through. It's too painful. But by the end of an emotional journey, you are crowned with those very thorns. Let's take a breath. So now, everybody, isn't it true we can all relate to being caught in a thorny situation over time, but it does work itself out. There's a great affirmation that says, things are always working out for me. Things are always working out for me. And I know you don't want to say that because you look in them around you and say, Catherine, you are wrong. Things are not always working out for me. Haven't you seen my life? And I would say, yes, yes, yes. Look at the color match here with my wand. Isn't that beautiful? But the fairies are telling you, Linnea, that the experiences of pain that you're going through have crowned you at a certain level with expertise, because it's true that when you've trusted the wrong people, there's a painful lesson, but you won't do that again. So I would say that it looks to me that the fairies are strongly indicating that there's a journey that is wrapping itself up here. And I lift my hopes and dreams for you, because I know it's been a tough road to hoe here. And you guys who are watching right now, if you could just throw some hearts into the comments, just heart comments, and let everybody send love to Linnea, right? Just send love to her with hearts, because every one of us has been caught in the brambles, and there's no way out except through, and which means it's going to continue to be painful. But the fairies are that playful part of you that just want to shake you up and say, you can do it. Okay, thank you for throwing hearts. You could throw stars in there if you also. So onward, and a beautiful reading for you, Linnea. Now, if you guys are new here, you would like me to draw cards for you. Normally it's a 1-card read, but today it's a fairy bonus day. And all you need to do is tell me something you appreciate. Just finish this sentence. I appreciate something, and I will answer your questions, okay? So let's go forward, and we are now at it's a mindful mind. And mindful mind, I'm just seeing if you had a specific question. Hi, Sophia. Sophia will be next. Thank you guys for being so patient while I try to keep track of myself. Sophia. And yes, beautiful, 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 beautiful. So, with your question, Linnea, about with your person with Ozzy, I would say that this card is pretty clear that your situation is temporary for sure. I think that that giant rabbit shows that there's some fun here and there's some positives, but this is a journey. So I think that this is like a pit stop on the, don't call him a pit stop, please, but it's kind of like a pit stop on your way to somewhere else. So you decide if the vibe feels off. Hi, Unsta, welcome. Okay, so the in the description box. So right under the video, there'll be the description box, and then it says more on there. And then it's called the first step. So look for something that says first step, and then that will get it to you. Otherwise, I can I can text it to you through Messenger. Okay, Linnea? If you can't find it, so don't worry. If you guys have any questions, if you want a personal reading, I do give out a free personal readings, and I explain exactly how you can win one of those. Just email me with the question that you want to have answered, okay? Meanwhile, if you would like a reading today, all we need is something that you appreciate. All right. Oh, I'm going through here. I'm seeing if Mindful Mind has aw, everybody send hearts to Linnea. Put some hearts in there. Yes, beautiful. Nice. Oh, Christina, welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay. Yeah, isn't that crazy? That the this particular deck, oh my gosh, you guys. Oh, oh, thank you. Y'all are so wonderful. Thank you that I can kind of, you know, do this. I'm only one me with two hands, and I like the single deck readings. Now I got two decks. I would say that anybody that's here that's kind of waiting to be in a partnership or wanting to be, that you would want to, okay, I'm just catching up here. I think that there's a lot of luck here, luck of the Irish. I think there's a lot of luck here for partnering because I was drawn to use two decks, and I'm just feeling there's either a restoration of love or coming of new love. That's the overall energy that the fairies are wanting us all to lighten up a little bit, not take ourselves so seriously. So if you guys can relate to that, please hit the thumbs up because that really seals the deal. It closes. Let me bring my wand. When you guys hit the thumbs up, it brings a full circle moment to the energy. Each person that pops in interactively creates a deeper magnetism for the people who will be touched by these cards. Remember, this is not about Catherine, it's not about you. It's about the energy of love and playfulness that the fairies want to say. And I will tell you, there's some naughty cards in here because fairies are known to be scamps, aren't they? So, Mindful Mind, I'm going to draw two fairy cards for you. You don't need to ask me a particular question if you don't have it. I can just simply read the fairy message for you, but I do want to answer questions if you have them, okay? So let me, I just want to dive into the deck somewhere, and we'll pick out your oracle, Mindful Mind. Ooh, nice. Flourish. This instantly makes me think of the crystal fluorite. Are you familiar with fluorite? Fluorite is purple and green. And fluorite has really blessed my life personally. Sometimes people say, do you need to have crystals in your practice, or why do some tarot readers have crystals? This is a crystal here that's called Aqua Aura, and it's actually a manufactured crystal. It shimmers that blue and purple, right? I love it because it looks magical. The thing is that crystals make my heart happy. I love looking at them. I have this one that's this amazing orb that you can find all kinds of things to stare at. So I just have them because I like them. I know some people use them for different purposes. They just make me, they raise my mood, and that's why I love them. But anyway, with fluorite, that is the crystal that reminds me that our heart and our spirit really need to be a team. It's the lavenders and purples are about our higher self and our divine connection. And the green is the color of our heart and what is in our heart. And so, in order to flourish, the lotus flower fairy tells you to learn from experience and shed your inner light on any unclear areas of your life or those of others. Now, those of you who have been following me for a little bit, you really can pick up a theme, can't you? That we are being encouraged to stay mindful of what we appreciate. So, mindful mind, I love your screen name because it's so exactly my mission. Mindful mind, do you own any tarot decks or oracle decks? Anybody that owns their own tarot or oracle deck, I am doing a project and I would love to invite you to be with me, create with me. So if you have a deck, a mindful mind, please email me because your name reflects my mission, which is to help all of us gas up our tanks with gratitude, even when life sucks the worst. Sorry to use my teenage grandson's language. Okay, so mindful mind, absolutely. I feel like there is a call on your life. You may be a reader, you may be in the healing arts, but there's definitely a call on your life to not only flourish by embracing your gifts, but also that your people are going to be looking to you for leadership and how they can learn how to have a mindful mind. It's not easy. And I have been working on having a mindful mind for the last 30 years for sure, for sure. But in 2007, I went through a cancer experience. It was fairly intense. And I learned then to flourish, and I don't compromise. And I've lost some friends and things have changed in my life because I'm not going to be bullied into something that's not good for me anymore. And like it or not, that sounded hard, didn't it? But sometimes you have to draw that line in the sand. Okay, so mindful mind. Let's see what else we have. Knight of Swords. So remember that I told you that that vine is visible. So hold on, I have to pull this over to myself. Okay. Okay, so in this card, the Knight of Swords. So hold on. The Knight of Swords is a very quick-witted, quick action taker, definitely. And so if you look around here and we're like, where's the vine? Remember I told you the vine is where the thorns are. So I love the court cards in the swords suit because the earlier part of your experience when it comes to being able to trust people, mindful mind, in the very beginning of that experience, there was naivete because we all start, we think we know stuff and then we don't. And can you see the castle that's back in the background here? And just look at our castle that's back here in the background. So it's showing this great courage to step out and be different, to step out with determination. That's what I see. And the sharp eye of I assume it's a raven. No, it's not the right beak. I'm not sure because all we're seeing is that head. But where the vine is, here it is right down here. See this little bitty striped thing there? And there it is here. So what it shows is that this Knight of Swords has found a place of respite, okay? A place to rest. And they have used their sword to hack away the harmful vines so they could make a spot to rest. So this is a kind of a backwards view of this card. And let me point out something else to you. Okay, can you see how this strand, it seems to be blowing this way. But if you look at the little flags on top of the castle, they're blowing that way. So, mindful mind, it looks to me like you're in a place of decision, and there's a part of you that wants to forge ahead, da 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 da, and charge into the next part, because that's the native energy of the card. But there's a sense of wisdom that's sitting where you are right now and thinking, pondering your choice of which direction you want to go farther. Okay. So this is one of those times when people say, I want to have more cards. Please, can we take these cards and dig into them? Absolutely. I'm happy to do that. I can take these very cards and create an extended reading for you and for $10. So if that's something that you would like to have, I can pull 2 cards for this one and 2 cards for that one. So that's 6 cards for you. It would be $10, and you can email me and I will get back to you with, whoopsie, with how to arrange that, okay? All right. Excellent excellent reading, my friend, Mindful Mind. And any of you who are, if you have a tarot deck and you want to play along and help me with my project, you are welcome to it. And Mindful Mind, everybody who's listening, let's throw in some hearts into the comments for Mindful Mind, supporting whatever that decision, whatever that slow down point is. Isn't it hard to slow down, you guys, when you really want to go? So everybody toss in some hearts. And I want to thank my good friend Gigi over there at Green Adventuring Tarot for her ideas about how to help you guys engage with the channel and really make everyone have better results, okay? So now we're going down and we have Sophia. And Sophia was so grateful for her, her family, a deep appreciation for her family. And so Sophia, let's see what the cards have for you today. If you would like to have a reading, I want to answer your questions. I love being your personal reader. All you need to do is finish this sentence. I appreciate whatever it is, and I'll draw you a card. Okay, so Sophia, music. Okay. Okay, musician, what is it that you are not playing right now? What instrument did you put down all those years ago? It was a different time, wasn't it? And it was a different place. Take a breath. Anybody within the sound of my voice, what instrument did you once play? Was it your voice? Did you sing? This is a strong call to open that door again, because it's proven that you changed the way your brain processes information when you sing. It's proven that your brain is flexible, and that certain behaviors like deep breathing and verbalizing. Put your hand right up on your chest right now, everyone, please. I'm so bossy, but that's the teacher in me. And just make a note. I'm just going to say, ah, and feel your chest. Sorry for all those perfect pitch people. That was probably out of tune. But when you speak, your chest vibrates, but you're so used to it, you don't realize it. But if you just hold your hand on your chest, and after the call, or now I can't hear you, but just say the ABCs out loud and say it with a loud voice and see if you can feel through your hands the vibration in your chest. This idea of creating a connection with how your body senses something really breaks blocks for you. That's why I use tapping. Okay. So I wanted to encourage you, Sophia, either whatever instrument, singing, there's something about music in your past, I bet, and maybe for others too. It is a known phenomena that if you go to YouTube or one of your music channels that you use and find the music top 40 hits from when you were like 15, 14 or 15 years old. Now I got 14 people watching right now. Let's 14. So when you're 14 years old, you look up the YouTube and you take that year, what were the greatest hits in that year, and listen to them and just watch what happens. Watch how you want to pop up and dance to some of them, and you don't even want to, or you can, but you'll see there's an energetic reminder connected to top 40 music from when you were 14. Okay, so that this message is for Sophia, but it's for everybody. Okay, let's see what we have. Don't you love this deck, you guys? First readings, first lives with these decks. Okay, so we have the Lovers. Talk about vibration, talk about healing. Okay, very interesting, Sophia. So there is something here for you that is very important, okay? Take a breath. Sometimes I can hear my voice speed up faster than the speed of sound. I apologize for that. But this is a very tender call, because in order to really invest yourself in someone that will be kind to you, that will know how to put their needs aside so that they can care for you. And then when it's their turn, that you're there and you can put your needs aside. This is so worth waiting for. How do you get yourself to a point where it's okay to trust again? I did put a reading out there. I actually picked it out of one of the pick a card readings, and it's about that. It's about being safe in your relationship. So do take a peek at it. It's in the shorts menu. Okay, Sophia? So what we're seeing here is, look at the fruit at the bottom. Look at how gorgeous that is. The fruit is there, ready to be picked, or is it? Is it ripe enough to be picked? How do you find out? The easiest way is through music for you. Okay, there's something, it's not just listening to music, although you may be someone who loves to go out and dance. That's awesome. Very good for tuning in to the energy of confidence, which will really help you. But I would like for you, the people who are watching, to find your musical roots, your musical ancestry, but in your own self. What did you used to play? What instrument did you sing? This is what will unlock the parts of you that are being careful about love. There's something when you start to cry at an old song, or pick your favorite saddest movie. I like Forever Young with Mel Gibson and Jamie Lee Curtis. I could watch that. I mean, I practically have it memorized. And when I put it on, I assign the movie, please help me process my own emotions as I watch this beautiful love story. I do that. I've done it for over 20 years. It just occurred to me, why can't I tune in to this story that I'm watching, this movie, and just allow my own cleansing tears to release heartbreak from my own life? And maybe I didn't get the happy ending that the movie did, because who knows? But the reality is, everything always works out for you, Sophia. Everything always works out. It works itself out one way or the other. You don't want to pick fruit before it's ripe, okay? Which means keep working on making your relationship with your own self your baseline, and this is going to be an exciting time. Okay, so if you resonate with the reading, if you're enjoying the time, please do hit that thumbs up. Like I like to tell people, I mean, I love that the Lover's card shows up in this reading. It's 38 minutes in, and this image is so important. I would say at least 75% of the people that do email me want answers about love. And so definitely the fairies are very interested in encouraging you about love right now. So if this resonates with you, go ahead and email me and ask a question. The next fairy reading I do, I might be able to pick your personal question for a reading right here on the channel. Now, when you hit the thumbs up, it just completes a full circle of energy. It plugs it in and seals it in for you. So if you're a musician and you know you need to be playing that dang instrument again, add that plus, add the thumbs up to seal the deal, absorb the energy, and make that commitment. Who do you think is asking you to pick up your instrument again? Is it the fairies? Or is it your inner being calling you back into harmony? That away. Thank you, Ed. One of my symbols I pull out during all my readings is this beautiful little image of myself as a blended being. I believe that I have an invisible, non physical part of me. That's what flows through these readings because I don't know you. And I speak just what the cards are telling me, and that's proven to be helpful for people. And I'm very grateful, and it's super fun. The other part, this is the Catherine who gets butterflies before a reading, and I'm like, oh my, what if I don't know what to say? So I have that human part, and the human part also gets ticked off at people and is snarky and flies off the handle and things like that I'm not proud of. And so what I want to do is create harmony between my inner self and my personality, my ego, the parts of me that I'm not proud of. So that's what these readings are all about, is to connect us with us. If you become your own best soulmate, when you are as good to you as you want somebody to be good to you, everything changes. Gratitude's part of it. And so being able to appreciate something brings you into line to receive your question answered. Okay, so I'm going down trying to catch up. Okay, Ashish, I see you, and I'm just waiting for gratitudes. I just thank you guys. Love all these thumbs up for everybody. Hey, Mindful Mind. Excellent. We all need a little love. Okay, I appreciate being a strong, resilient woman who handles. Yes, and Mystic Christina, gosh, I saw your note that you sent me this morning, and I appreciate that a sister, that when you're good in crisis, is there something to that? I grew up in a dramatic family. One person said, I love this, I did not make this up, which I did, but they said, I grew up in a family where there was all Indians and no chief. And I felt like that was so true because I was the oldest. I am the oldest of 8 children, 7 brothers younger than me. And I was put into a place of authority and helping with household things way younger than I could have been. I was changing diapers. They didn't have the paper diapers back then. And I was using those big old safety pins that are like this big, and they call them safety pins. But can you imagine putting that weapon in the hands of a 5-year-old? And my brothers would have to put their legs up on my shoulders and hike up. I remember like a tattoo on my spirit. Hike up, and they'd hike their butts up in the air using me as leverage, slide that diaper underneath, and I would use pins to connect the diapers. And I thought, I must have stabbed them countless times. And I'm like, oh my God. But it's just the idea of how our childhood can shape us. It's nobody's fault. It just is the way it is. So I believe we can appreciate anything. And so I'm, as I said, looking for these gratitudes. Mystic Christina and I just met. I mean, like 2 weeks ago, maybe 3, and our similarity in how we look at life has been a great connect. So it's my delight to appreciate with you what you're doing, because you guys are forming so far the most positive live stream on the internet when it comes to tarot, because most people are talking about their problems here. But you guys, even though you have challenges, you're playing the game with me. And believe me, it matters. It really does. Miss Christina, let's see what we have for you. Motivation. Okay, let me just take a look. Beautiful. I love that. I love the expression on this particular fairy's face, because I already have done a few readings now for Christina. And like I said before with Cain, it's like once we've connected, it's just like tuning in you know how you can use a set of binoculars, Christina, and there's two ways to focus each, like one of the eye thingies does not focus and the other does, and you can close one eye and get really good vision through binoculars. And so there's something about this idea of being able to choose what you're focusing on that I think is the fairy's message for you right now. The joy, I mean, look at her. She's got her eyes closed. Okay, let's see. When spring approaches, the flower fairies urge you to spring into action. If there's something you've been merely thinking about doing, they say get busy and do that. So this has got that preliminary energy. Gentlemen, start your engines. That's the energy I feel on this. So what could this be about? I think just me having met you just those few days ago, really, I feel like this is a confirmation for you, because I'm just sensing in your energy more, how would I say it? The appetite for action. Okay, the appetite for action. So write that down, because I think that's an important element for you. Why? Because sometimes you don't have the motivation for the action. uh, Abraham Hicks, you guys know I love Abraham Hicks. And what they say is when you're feeling like you're really shy, like you know what you're supposed to do, but you're shy about it, and you think, oh, I just don't know. What will people say? What will people think? I mean, I used to think all that before I started the channel. I just thought, well, how in the world can I do this? The reality is things always work out, okay? But Abraham says, you can always say, I'm getting ready to get ready to get ready. So let's say Christina is feeling the urge to write a book because what she's been through. And this might be true for Linnea also. What you guys have been through, holy bleep and bleep. Nobody should go through what y'all went through. And maybe it is a book that could encourage others. So let's use that as an example. So you feel Spirit's been calling you to write a book, and part of you kind of likes the idea. You're like, well, but then the huge part of you goes, oh, brother, no, 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 I don't have a clue how to do it. Abraham says, you can say, I am getting ready to get ready to get ready to write a book. I'm willing to get ready 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 to write a book. And then what would that mean? What action would you take if you weren't secure enough to take a step with your foot, like a step, but you were ready to get ready for it? I hope that makes sense to you. And we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, now remember I told you to watch out for that that striped card. This is several cards ago with the Knight of Swords. That energy here. These are all of the tendrils of the thorns. Right now, when the sword is birthed at the beginning of this cycle, because everything goes in cycles, everything. There's seed time and harvest, there's summer and winter. Everything goes in cycles. Have you ever taken a picture where these orbs have shown up? Put a thumbs up into the stream if you've ever seen that. When you are, and people say, oh, it's nothing, it's just, some fluke of the camera. But the reality is, this is a card that shows you that there's signs, that there are signs surrounding you at all times. In this beautiful, sweet new birth, there's no thorns yet. And this reminds me of those bramble bushes here in Tennessee. In the beginning of the season, there are thorns on the twigs that start to grow, but you can walk through them. You just clear a path with even your foot, and no brambles grab you. So this is showing, Christina, that you are very wise to get ready, to get ready, to get ready. Because after everything that's happened for you since January, there's a great deal of caution in your energy. And can you see that it's like a fence that's behind? And there's the thorns. See, it's like they're right back on the fence. So those thorns are part of the decoration. That's part of your past. Your past is creating a fence between you and your future. Learning how to deal with fear, anxiety, and anger is going to be key as your new chapter opens up. See how these buds are ready to pop? Plus, it's the lavender, which is spiritual color. So, if you have not tried tapping yet, you definitely want to contact me because I do want to explain what tapping can do. It's a miracle. I've been tapping over 20 years, and it has helped me step beyond the pain of the past. There's enough pain today, much less carrying that around. Okay, so if you all can resonate with this, please do hit that thumbs up and complete that loop. Seal the deal for this wonderful message here. Okay. All right. All right. Let me just thank you guys for all the hearts. Thank you all for helping me out because I'm trying to keep track of all of this for you all. Okay, and our next person is Elsa. Hey, Elsa, appreciating your home. Okay, so Mindful Mind, I'm seeing that you asked about your particular situation. So what you do, this is how you receive this reading. When you go back and listen again, Andrea, I want you to hold in your mind your husband. And then as you listen to me do the reading that I did, you make a choice to see how the energy applies to your personal situation. If you would like to draw more cards for your situation, I can do that for you. Just email me and I will explain to you how you can get a personal reading from me so I can answer that question for you. All right. But for today's reading, it's almost like, how would you say, it's kind of like a game. Of all, we're not supposed to take things so seriously with the fairies. But also, what happens is that once you make a decision, like, yes, what she is saying, I feel it, it becomes your personal reading. It's just a decision to accept that information for you. And then hitting the thumbs up is just a way of saying, yes, put it, yes, I receive it. This is my message. Okay. So going forward, I'm looking for more gratitudes from you lovely, lovely players in the game here. All you have to do is say, I appreciate something. And so Elsa appreciates her home. Now, Elsa, did you have a question? I'm just going to go ahead here. Very nice. Hi, Mickey. Hi, Linnea. I can't do love, new love, mystic. Hi, you guys. Let's see. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Okay, good. Hey, Mario. Hey, Lynn. I'm sorry. No dead air. Sorry. Distant ditches crochet. Oh, Dizzy. I'm a crocheter. I love that. Mario, love it. Okay, if you have tarot cards, you guys definitely send me an email, all right? I can totally use you guys to help me with a project. And I would love to have you. Tanzanite, you're here. Darling, thank you. Such a great, I love, okay, Unsta, email me, you guys, okay? Email me, email me, email me. Okay, great. All right, thank you, Mindful. I'm so sorry. I just, I there may be a way some of you guys can help me. I had no idea all y'all were here. Oh my gosh. Ah. Okay. All right. I'm going to try to keep track best I can to keep up with you guys. So thank you for all that you're doing to support the channel. Oh, and so many people. I'm just blessed. Okay. Da 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 da. All right. Let's go back because somebody had asked Mama Bear. Okay, hey, Mama Bear. Was there somebody before? No, okay, let me check. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, guys. Let me just grab a deck here so that I can be shuffling while I'm looking. You know, you're all, listen, I want to tell you that while you are here, and if you can, when you hit the thumbs up, it gives me, I can't see the comments as much because I'm just busy with the cards. And so I don't want to not pay attention to all y'all because you're all doing such a great job. So Mindful Mind, yes, Mindful Mind, be sure to listen to, again, there, you know, the reading is going to be posted. Just flip ahead. I think it must have been around 45 minutes in, I think would be close for you. And then just listen. And like I said, think of your husband and see if you can pull some wisdom out of that, okay? Also, anyone who has that kind of question, you could win a free reading. Right now, I have so many people in line for free readings, and so I can't guarantee when it will be, but I will absolutely use your reading in a future reading so you get your answer. If you want something quicker, today what I'm doing is I'm offering a $10 what do you call that? An extended reading. So if you like your 2 cards and you want an extended reading, again, you just send me your email address, just email me, and I'll give you the payment link to get your $10 reading, just for clarity, if that is what you're wanting. Okay, so, oops, all right, so now we are at Mama Bear. Mama Bear, you appreciate me. I appreciate you. Now I'm living in the South, which is just, I'm learning all y'all and all the, you know, fun things that everybody talks here, different way to talk. And I just love how warm and friendly the people are in the South. I'm just grateful. Was born in the Midwest, spent 20 some years on the West Coast, and now back in the baby South in Tennessee. So let's move her son to be a good one. And okay. All right, nice. All right, so let's take a breath here and let me explain. This is so perfect because in a 2-card reading, it is a little limited, even though I like to call myself a 1-card wonder because I can pull more data. Me and the universe can pour more good juice out of a single card. And Linnea, you had some of my quick readings in Baja, right? I mean, just sitting down at the festival and drawing a couple cards and you get so much out of it. And so in this style reading, and with such a big change, right? Whatever's going on with your son, how he would be thinking about moving and what it would mean to him. And that would create a mood, right? There's so many circles in our readings today, all these circles, you know, these containers where your son has his own experience trying to figure out what to do, what's best for him. Okay. And then you have your own experience of this whole event. How will your life change? What will happen? Is it really in his highest good? And as a mom, we tend to carry some of that worry. So as I look at my 3 candles today, there's 2 things happening right now. Number 1, I'm just noticing I have not done the 3 candle bit for a while, but today it's looking like stay in your fucking lane. Oh, I'm sorry, I said an F word. I apologize. But anyway, but stay in your lane, right? What can you do to prepare yourself for whatever decision is best for both of you? What can he do that is in his life as he tries to figure out what's best for him? And what is you and your divine self? You and your highest self, your best self. If you look at those as 3 different lanes, that will be helpful for you because then you're going to be sure of your inner guidance. Now, why did I say all that and waste all this time? Because in this venue where it's an open reading with such an important issue and only 2 cards, I'm going to advise you to reframe the reading a little bit. I'll do it for you. And then the rest of you guys just send out a bunch of hearts because it can be very positive and an extreme relief to have a family person living nearby. Yes. It can also be a royal pain in the arse because some people are horses' arses, right? So you have to be ready to be flexible and ready to go with the flow like never before. Okay? So Mama Bear, there you are. So let's, I'm setting you up, but let's see what the cards are. I'm going to draw both cards before I tell any story, just so that I can let the fairies have their fun with you. I love that you're all attracted to fairy readings, because I have an actual fairy garden in the woods near my house, and I'm planning, today's kind of a rainy day, but the next sunny day I'm doing lives from the fairy garden. I can't wait. Okay, so here we have moderation. I said I wasn't going to tell a story until I got all of them. Okay. Right now I have 11 people watching and 11 thumbs up. 1111. If you've been seeing a lot of 1111s, my friend Mama Bear, that's the fairies are trying to get your attention. There's definitely some energy around staying in your lane. Okay. And you guys, there's a little orb showing up on my camera. It's like right there, but it's not there. So it's so cool for me to see it because there's an orb here. And it's probably just a spot on my bleeping camera, but it looks just like an orb. And this was the lane that I assigned for you, Mama Bear. That's your relationship with your inner being. That's very interesting. So I feel like the fairies are definitely guiding you inside to get this wisdom you need. Now, I'm not going to keep you in suspense any longer. Okay. The Ace of Wands. What a gorgeous card. Just gorgeous. Okay. Alrighty, let's take a look here. Moderation. So this is really, I just picked up instantly when I saw it, Mama Bear. This is a stay in your lane card. Okay, it totally is. It's reminding us that it's about healthy eating, and that's all good, and I'll read that in a minute. But what I'm reading about it is this total love. Look at that green. There is nothing like being in Tennessee, Alabama, Mississippi, all these beautiful southern states in the summer. There is just an overwhelming green here. And when I was living in the Southwest, it's like the green is not green there. It's this yellowy green. They call it green, but it's not the same as this. And so I look at this feast on the table and I feel like that this is you. I mean, if you were able to live closer to your son, and any of you who's watching, if your desire is to have some other human that will be closer to you in mind, body, or spirit, maybe it's just a son who would call you now and then instead of forgetting you're alive. But the fact is, though, that there's an anticipation. See this orb here? It's filled with sparkles. It's not here yet. It's like a manifestation before it comes. Isn't this a cool deck, you guys? So that, there's a little bit of a yellow flag here for you, okay? I use that term yellow flag just to say there's a little bit of a warning. And I believe the warning is stay in your bleeping lane. So my dear friend Mama Bear, I would love to draw more cards for you. And we could, if you have a private reading with me, we could pull cards for your son and cards for you. And this is exactly the time when something like this might be helpful. Okay. So, but if we look at this circle of that candle, right? And when I thought of stay in your lane, I thought, well, there's circles. What kind of lane would that be? You'd be going around and around. But that's kind of the point, that here you have to stay in your lane when it comes to getting ready to get ready. Did you hear the last message about getting ready to get ready? That you continue to focus on the highest good of all involved. There's nothing I want more than the highest good of all involved. Write that down. There's nothing that I want more than the highest good for all involved. That way, if this bubble, if it grows and all of a sudden this little bubble is like the size of the whole card and you couldn't even see her, let me use my crystal to create the picture. Okay, so let's say that this becomes this and she disappears because the dream is way bigger than the spirits want it to be. It could be that life will change so radically when your son comes, if he comes, whatever he does, that you think, oh, it's everything solved. And that's your yellow flag. Moderation. Certainly, whatever he decides will change things, but it's only one small part of your life. Remember that when it comes to creating, you are the mistress of your own fate, my dear Mama Bear. What craft is it that you lay? Look at how that's a match. Isn't that something? Look at that. A wand, just like this one. What is your craft? Do you paint? Do you do crochet? Are you a writer? You are being called to jump into something creative. And I believe this is pointing right to the lane of your own spiritual development. You may have thought to yourself, I could teach this, or you could paint it or write it. But there's something about the path that you have walked around this sun through that lifetime that is ready for expression. And also, creativity is a great way to distract yourself while you're waiting for something to happen. Okay, so there you have it, Mama Bear. If you have questions, first of all, if you've just joined me and you would like me to draw you a card, all you have to do is tell me something you appreciate and then ask your question. And I'll do my level best to answer as thoughtfully and honestly as possible. There's a little bit of a Baja story, Linnea. When I was down there, I was doing readings over in front of La Fonda, and this a shaman actually came up for a reading. And it kind of freaked me out because I just feel like shamans are kind of in their own special world. The natives who really understand the power of the mind and symbolism, like animal symbols. And he even made me. I wish I had it right here, but he hand pounded out an arrowhead shape out of black onyx, and it's just so special. And he gave it to me one day. But at any rate, when I did the reading, similar to this, just a quick little peek, he said to me, "Don't hold back." And I said, "I don't hold back." And he goes, "Yes, you do." And I thought about it, and I thought, he's right. And I said, well, here's the deal. When I'm doing just a 2-card reading, I don't want it to go too deep where you can't digest it. I want it to be empowering and brief. And he said, that's all fine and good, but never hold back. And so I appreciate his advice. And sometimes you may hear things that make you cringe or wince a little bit, but there's always only love for you. Okay, so let's move on. Let's see who else has left me and I appreciate. And listen, my energy is just really thriving today. I'm grateful to the fairies. I'm in over an hour and it feels like I just started. And I just want to pause for a minute and thank the fairies and all of their wonderful helpers. The person that I purchased this wand in San Diego, it was at the crystal fair there. Isn't that something? And what always strikes me about it, see, there's a piece of kyanite back there. What strikes me is that how old it is. Now, they obviously used a beautiful paint to paint this shell. But if time had eroded this nautilus shell, think how big it must have been at one point, and think how it's still being used in my hands. I was just so touched by just how old it is. Again, it's somebody crafted this. But when I'm doing fairy readings, don't you just love her? And so this is a very special wand that I wanted to share with all of you all today. So if you order a reading from me and you'd like me to use my fairy wand during the reading, all you have to do is mention that, and of course I'll be glad to. I don't offer the same stuff for everyone because, quite frankly, not everybody believes in fairies. And so I'm just glad y'all are here today. Okay, so Dizzy Stitches. So if you guys have decks, I am doing a project and I'm inviting you guys to help me. And you don't have to be a reader at all. All you have to do is own decks, and then just send me an email and I'll explain to you how to do it. And already we have a contributor that's helping me, and that is Mystic Christina Rose. And she's just been just an angel, how she popped in to collaborate with me. So all of y'all, all you need is a deck, and you are going to be offered a cool opportunity. Okay, Unsta. Okay, da da da. See, I'm looking for thank yous. Thank you guys. I forget, it's like no dead air. It reminds me of the old time radio where it's like, no, 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 you don't want to have dead air. Believe me, I get it. I get it. Whoopsie. But as I'm just shuffling here, I am the goat fish out of water. That really means a lot to me, you guys. I love it. I love it. Isn't it cool how even though we're all strangers and we all have different problems, that we can all lift each other up. That's like there's similarities to all of us. Mario, beautiful. Mario's next. I appreciate life. Thank you. You guys, you know what? If there's anything, honestly, if there's anything that you would do different, and when you're getting these collective readings, I appreciate letting me know. Okay, because if I can improve the readings in any way, if there's something that you can that you suggest, I would love to hear it because I can't see what y'all are seeing as I'm doing it. Okay, Mario, fairy message for our friend Mario. Mario, you are a regular viewer. Thank you so much for returning. It means the world to me. I feel it like a hug. Okay, Mario, and we have protect your dreams. Now, did you guys notice? Okay, we're getting a lot of green. I don't think every card in this deck has green background. I haven't used it that much yet, so it's hard for me to believe that every card has, I keep saying how green it is. So the fairies are having an important, hang on. Oh, our candle just went out. Okay, so I really feel like there's a meaning there because there are people listening to me that are burnt out. Okay? And when things happen like that, where there's seeming a strange timing, like that candle would pop out for your reading, Mario, right now. Okay, so I just think that's fascinating. So I'm going to replace it because the fairies say it's just in need of a replacement. Okay, so it's just in need of a replacement. So Mario, I hope you guys do bring a pencil and a paper to the readings because you can really write things down and you don't need to, have the whole reading in your ears, but just something that you'll have an action step. So the most important thing for you is like something needs replacing and it's normal. Like if a light bulb goes out, you don't have grief about it, right? Oh no, the light bulb went out. Oh, I'm gonna have a terrible day. That kind of energy. There's just stuff that you have to just accept. It's time to replace it. So protect your dreams. You are the guardian of your precious dreams, my friend Mario, and they are safe in your care. Keep them close to your heart until you're ready to release them. This is a big message to people that tend to overshare. Okay, TMI. Raise your hand if you have a tendency to overshare. Now, this is when you can be glad we're not all together at a tarot party, right? Where everybody could look at you and go, oh, the overshare. No, but in your own home, if you can hear me, you can raise your hand. How many of us have a problem with oversharing? I will tell you, I'm raising my hand because I live alone and with my dogs. And so there are times when I just get, chatty when I go to somebody's house. And then my friends would all laugh because they'd be going, that's Catherine. But the idea of being able to control what you talk about, okay? Don't tell people your core desire right now. Mario, if you were wanting to create a relationship or you want to improve your relationships, as you go forward and prune yourself, you know how you prune a bush? And when you prune a bush, you cut off things that no longer serve you, and then you get greater growth. There's a man I called, his YouTube channel is Jimmy on Relationships. I recommend we all watch it. Even if you don't want to be with a partner, he will teach you how to talk to your son or to your daughter because he teaches these very clear communication skills to create more flourishing in your relationships. There's so much love for you here, Mario. And the universe today, through the fairies, is encouraging you to explore your inner life. What is spirit to you? You may want to listen to something by Dr. Joe Dispenza. His meditations are wonderful, and they talk about how we have a higher self, that there's a part of you that you don't understand, so filled with love for you, Mario, and all of us. And that once you start to realize how loved you are from the inside, everything around you changes. Okay, so I really feel the fairies want you to just protect your dreams and be careful about who you share with. Making a decision to not overshare is going to change a lot for you. It's like a fresh start. So anybody that hears this and you feel, oh, that's me, I can relate, hit the thumbs up and seal the deal. Create a bond with this reading, create a bond with this energy with your thumbs up. Okay, so let's pick out your tarot card. Protect your dreams. And we have the Four of Cups. So this is an excellent follow-up. Some people are a bit jealous of you, Mario. That when you tell part of what's going on in your life, because there's been positive changes, or this may be about work where you've gotten an idea that really works well. Notice that these figures, the one figure on the left is a mermaid and the other is a human. So this definitely shows a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of being misunderstood, like sibling rivalry. And so the wisdom of this card here, these support each other beautifully. Both you and whoever is conflicting with you will be better off if you find a separate life, separate from one another. There, you don't want to share with the very same person. You get sick of each other. Don't carry out your dirty laundry. You don't want to be talking about what's not working in your life. But if both of you went a separate way so that you could develop a talent or just create something that you really enjoy, it'll take the heat off of this whole situation. So work on staying quieter, not too much oversharing, and be mindful that the people you're dealing with right now, it's almost like they're from a different world, because they are. Be more curious than critical. Got it? Be more curious than critical, Mario. Okay, moving right along. Thank you guys. Thank you for sharing what you're appreciating. I can't keep track with the messages, so thank you for all of the hearts and the love that you're throwing in there. And though, so for Mario, I would, if you can find like an ear or a shh. I wonder if there's an emoji that goes shh. If there's an emoji that does shh, everybody put it in there. And also, it's a good reminder for all of us. What are we oversharing? Right? Let's hit the thumbs up there. Let's make a decision for the group where we're just going to stop it because we just don't need it. Life doesn't need to have all of our bleeping details out there. Okay, so Dizzy Stitches, you're coming up next. Unsta, you are next, and appreciating being you. I love that. All right, so if you guys have a question and you can put it in with your appreciate, that's awesome. Yeah, so that I can try. Thank you. Okay, Ashwini, I see you. Okay. Oh, Mario, thank you for reaching out to Linnea. Oh, you guys, thank you. Oh, it's like my assistants. I'm so grateful. Okay, I'm just going to carry on and keep doing the readings, and y'all are taking such good care of each other. It just blesses my heart. I would hit the thumbs up. I'm over there hitting the thumbs up myself, appreciating y'all. Okay, so moving forward, we have Unsta. Thank you. Unsta's been here a few times, and you do have a tarot deck, I saw. So if you do email me, Unsta, I would love to explain how you could help me if you want to. Okay? All right. If you're a newcomer to the reading, all you need to do is put something that you appreciate and ask your question. So here we go with Unsta's oracle card. Shine from within. What a beautiful, beautiful sentiment from the fairies today. Look at how delicate. She's standing quite still. It's almost like she's posing for a picture, like somebody's painting her. But I notice that the more quiet she is, the more she sparkles. We get to see those sparkles around her head today. But the symbol of it really is more about the invisible sparkles. How many times does it happen for you, Insta, when you're out there just doing life and somebody's just kind to you? They might say, what beautiful eyes you have, or you have such a nice smile. When strangers reach over, they see something in you. So looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and this is your time, the time to shine. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty. Yeah, I love this because it's stop action. You know, I feel like she's posing. And so when I see that from the fairies for you, Unsta, what I'm thinking as I look at it is that even if it feels a little fake at first, notice how my wand has the same iridescence as the wings, the pink and the purple, right? And so it looks so magical. And part of you just may not believe that it's possible to relax enough to let yourself receive what the universe has for you. It's possible it just feels fake when you do affirmations or when you try to listen to a meditation tape, because part of your brain is saying, this doesn't make sense. I agree. I have one of those brains too. It took me a while. But what the fairies are saying is just keep pretending. Don't worry. You don't, again, the last card, too much information. You don't want to share what you're doing. But in your mind, you can access a part of yourself that's like 6 years old. You really can. And imagine what it would be like if this could be true, that when you relax completely and act as if nothing's bothering you, there is a radiance that comes right out of you. This is true of anyone that's listening. I guarantee it. Once you learn how to relax completely and just let go of what it is you're wanting. Don't you want to throw something at don't throw your phone. But people get a little upset when I say that because they're like, you don't know what I'm living through. I understand. It's not saying that you forget about it. No, because it'll be there tomorrow for you. But letting go of your concern. So I do tapping with people, that helps. So if you're a tapper, you could be tapping right through my readings. I'm here live right now. I'm not AI, and I am pouring out inspiration to people who are thirsty for this. If you know how to tap, you can tap right along with me. And if you don't know what tapping is, you can email me and I'll explain. But the reality is for you with this one card, my dear friend, is that it's okay to pretend until it becomes more real for you, okay? And let us draw, oopsie, your oracle one step. And we have the Three of Wands. Behind the scenes, Unsta, as you relax, and if you do meditation, honestly, I struggle with meditation a bit because my mind is active, but I've learned that if I sit up in a chair and just close my eyes, I don't have to control my thoughts. I don't have to do anything, because when my eyes are closed, when I'm awake, my brain does what it needs to do. It calms itself. I'm not even kidding. Usually we only find this when we sleep. And if we haven't found a way to process all that's in our minds, we might lose sleep. But because you're here on a fairy reading, I want to show you what happens when you relax. Ta-da! Your angelic team, your fairy helpers, your higher self, whatever you want to imagine your spiritual self is working behind the scenes. Look at that. They're making a plan, they're working together, they're bringing something into fruition while you relax. So, a very cool message for you, Unsta. Whatever is happening with you, remember that the more you relax and let things go, the more the angels and spirits on the other side or in the place we don't know are busy working on your behalf. So this is true of anyone that's listening to me right now. That's why you've been drawn to this collective reading. So an affirmation could be, even though I don't know how, I'm feeling so much better now. Even though I don't know how, I'm feeling such relief right now. Even though I don't know how, it's easier to be quiet now. I really love those even though affirmations. And if that's something that you would like to have help with, just email me, because I'm here to be your resource person, okay? If this reading for Unsta resonated with you, please hit the thumbs up because it closes the loop. It says, yes, seal it in. I received this message, okay? So let's go forward here. And Dizzy Stitches, I appreciate waking up every day and my family. That is sure the truth, isn't it? Having gone through a serious illness myself in 2007, I really did not know if I would be alive at the end of it, and I'm grateful to say I'm still here. But when I get up in the morning, I look outside, it's like, I'm still here. Yay, another day. I wonder what will happen. Pam Grout, you guys know she's my hero. She wrote a book called E Squared. Highly recommend E Squared. It teaches you how to set up experiments so you can prove to yourself that there's something going on here. And what is that energy between you and me? What's the magnetism that got you to this reading today? What is that? It's unexplainable, isn't it? But it can be really fun if we just open up a little bit and think to ourselves, what if this message really is for me? What if the words she said are guiding me to my answer? How would that happen? I don't know either. You can thank YouTube's algorithms. All right, so who's next? We have Dizzy Stitches Crochet. All right, so I'm going to, now if you already have if you did ask a question, I'm going to go ahead a tiny bit here, see if there's a particular question. I'm not seeing one. So I'm just going to go ahead and read you just your general message. What is it, Miss Dizzy? I like that your name is Dizzy because I have been accused of being a little ditzy and dizzy. So I'm sensing that the fairies are going to have some fun with you, Dizzy. Those of you who are just joining, if you would like a fairy reading, all you need to do is write something you appreciate and then your question, and you receive your reading. So first with the oracle. Thank you so much, you guys. I know when I glance forward and how many of you are supporting each other with hearts and other things for my benefit to just help, you guys are helping each other. I really appreciate that. So here we have Miss Dizzy and nature signs. Be receptive to the subtle messages from nature as you go about your day. Nature talks to us continually. We need only to open our hearts and minds. So hold on for a second. I just want to look at the details. So this is very interesting. I think those are badgers. I think they are. Do you guys know? Oh, and there's an otter. But if it's a badger, badgers are not very nice as far as I know. They're aggressive, and you don't want to run into one out in nature. I may be wrong about that, and so badger spirit, I don't want to offend you, but I was just feeling that the badger is not necessarily a warm and cuddly animal. And so this to me shows me that, Dizzy, you're drawn to some unusual people, or so there's some unusual people drawn to you. hang on a second. Okay. There's okay. There's people in your life, Dizzy, that are interesting, aren't they? And you have wondered. Now, here, my candle blew out right when I said that. So, what I'm thinking for you, what I want to say, Dizzy, is I believe that you are being called to eliminate some people, some of the strange humans around you. It may be something where their customers or vendors. I don't know if you do crochet for profit or just for fun, but there is definitely something where that in this world that you're in with your right now that is ready for something to be closed off, because it's wonderful to be able to make changes in people who are struggling a bit, right? So you get kind of some unusual energies that come toward you, and through your personality, you have healing energy. This blue here shows me that you very likely are able to say things that comfort people, and you may not even get it. It's like things roll out of your mouth. You're like, holy moly, that was what that person needed. Because look at the butterflies on this badger, and that's like opposite energy. It's like the badger is ferocious and the butterfly is so gentle. But the trouble is, if you carry some of that Queen of Cups, it wouldn't surprise me if we drew the Queen of Cups. If you carry Queen of Cups energy, the only downside of her, because she's lovely, is that she takes care of everyone in better than she takes care of herself. All right, so I feel like the fairies are wanting to coax you into evaluating who you're spending time with. Okay, so let's pull our tarot and judgment. All right, so not the Queen of Cups, but our beautiful judgment. And that's the exact same message. There's a cycle closing. There's something that's happening for you, Dizzy, that's going to pull you in a surprisingly different direction. And it's nothing to be afraid of because you're prepared for it. And look at how the angel's turning her back to those badgers and calling forward something new. So it's pretty exciting for you, okay? It's not judgment. It's not being too judgmental when you need to cut off some connections. It's fruitful for the vine, and it's often merciful to cut something off, because if it's not feeding your spirit, it's okay to let it go. Pam Grout wrote a fantastic book called Thank and Grow Rich, where she teaches about gratitude changing your life. I love that book. She actually put my story. Can you imagine? I'm a fangirl. So I wrote an email and told her I appreciated her. She contacted me, interviewed me, and put my story in her book, Thank and Grow Rich, because I've had a remarkable life ever since I learned how to use the power of appreciation. And the big secret is to develop acceptance of where you are right now. Find something today that you appreciate, and it starts building your future. It's like little bitty Legos. You stack your gratitudes over time, and it turns into something. I promise. Okay? So, Dizzy, trust your gut. Anything of what Pam says is, if it's not fun, it's not sustainable, period. Oop, I just make sure that candles aren't too hot for my camera. If it's not fun, it's not sustainable every time, all the time. So if you found yourself somewhere in a situation where it used to be fun, it's not anymore, it's perfectly legitimate to cut it off and move forward. It's not judgmental, it's just real life. Okay? Thank you. Great reading. The thing is about these readings, and there's a little bit for all of us in every card picked. Normally, I just do single card readings, but today it's double just because I just got these fairy decks, and I am enjoying myself. And so I wanted to have a bonus double reading today. So let me just adjust my situation here so I can see. I have time for just a couple more. Tanzanite. Gorgeous. All right. Beautiful. I appreciate all the simple things, the trials I went through, everyone who was good and not so good in my life. for our guides and protectors. Tanzanite has been with me now a couple of weeks. It seems everything's changed in the last 3 weeks. But this idea that I have that this is fish out of water and friends. You guys are my friends. You help create content by your comments, which are so life-giving. And I want for our stream to just be filled with appreciations, with the understanding every single one of us is having some kind of problem, but we know through our own guidance that there is a way to get through. And I'm just one little traveler like all y'all. All right, so let's draw cards for Tanzanite. Tanzanite, let's pick up your fairy oracle first. Oh, I just saw that key. Silly me. I didn't even look. This is a brand new deck. The key is very significant for me. And so I just want to rejoice in that because whether it comes upside down or right side up, we always know how to make a key work, right? You know how to do it. You can do it. Just show you the key and you're willing, right? Okay, if keys are magical messengers for you, hit the thumbs up, let me know. And Tanzanite, let's see what your oracle is. And again, we're back to all of this green. Tree wisdom, back to the woods. I have a fairy garden in the woods, and I am going to be going in there today because the call on almost every single card is to get back to nature. And it may be true of all of the cards in the deck. I kind of doubt it. I just feel like the fairies are really hitting us right where we need to hear it. This tree dyad will help you navigate through your current situation. Her flute can reveal insights and answers through the sound it makes, which means when you hear the wind going through the leaves. In my woods right now, it's very full of leaves. In the winter, I almost, well, how can I say this? I don't prefer winter, but I appreciate the winter in the woods because the sky, you can see the sky easily. And the branches that form over your head create a wonderful design. And it gives you a lot of depth in your field of vision. And right now, it's like there's a ceiling of leaves. And so the sound has completely changed from what it was before. And when the wind is blowing through those leaves, it is like music. So there's no question, Tanzanite, and the rest of you all who are here with me right now at the end of 95 minutes, good grief, that we are all being called to get out into nature and perhaps even to touch a tree with our hands, like touch the tree. How long has it been since you've touched a tree? No lie. Okay, so let's draw another card for Tanzanite. I can see that my battery is running low on my phone, which is always my signal it's time to go. But see if I can get a couple more readings in here. Tanzanite, and we have the Ten of Wands. I love this one. Can you see on this card, Tanzanite, can you see how he is actually using a rope and tying it around the wands to create leverage? What this means is that in your life right now, whatever the dragon is, often the dragon is busy dragging down our mood, right? Dragons drag our moods down. When you're able to appreciate things, you lift your mood up. These 10 wands are accomplishments. This young fairy has accomplished 10 very challenging obstacles. If you're right now, Big Brother is on in the US, if you're a fan, but any kind of competition show like that, like Survivor, where the reality TV, where they create tasks, and the only way to stay in the game is to do well on the tasks. Plus, you use your success, leverage what you have accomplished to create the way out. This is a vigorous card. The word robust comes to me. This is an energetic card where you are, Tanzanite, you're needing to really appreciate your accomplishments. There's something here where the fairies are saying you're working too hard. You don't need to work as hard as you are. So the fairies have a concrete suggestion for you, okay? What you need to do is to write a list of your 10 most proud moments. What are 10 different things that you accomplished in your life? The best thing I would love for you, if you can do it, is to get a pad of paper and something to write with. Find a tree. I know this is flaky, but it's the fairies. They're here. Find a tree and standing by that tree, maybe even leaning on it, write down what are 10 things that you are proud of yourself. What have you accomplished? Because when I look at it, I'm seeing that there's certain forgotten accomplishments. Like right now, the figure is using these three, but all of these are like unaccounted for, and you're the only one that can count up your accomplishments. Okay, Tanzanite? It's a cool reading. Be sure, Tanzanite, be sure to email me because I have a feeling that's really like a very personal message for you. And you guys, I want you to feel free to email me with questions because you may win a free reading. There is a winner today, and I'm going to be doing a three pile reading in a little bit here. I'm going to get that finished before I go out the rest of my day, and I'll announce the winner. And if you would like to win a free reading, email me and I'll explain how. Also, one last thing, if your reading really rung a bell and you'd like me to pull a couple more cards for you, that's an extended reading. I'm glad to do it. It's just $10. If you email me, I will arrange a link to be sent to you and I will complete this reading. All right. So at this 100 minutes, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your love and your contribution to my channel, Fish Out of Water and Friends. Thanks for being my friend, and I'll see you on the next live. Bye, everyone.